Hey everyone, Ned Baker here. Today, I'm going to talk about flexibility versus mobility. Is there a difference? Is one actually better than the other? Today, I'm going to put this to rest. Now, I know my splits isn't perfect, but you should see it from a year ago. There have been many discussions over time about flexibility versus mobility, and there's still many differing opinions and beliefs on the matter. If you search flexibility versus mobility into YouTube, you can see that nearly every video has a different definition. The best video I've seen on the matter is by Tom Merrick. It's his flexibility versus mobility video. He pretty much hits the nail on the head. First of all, let's go over the biggest myth about these two terms. The myth is that flexibility is passive range of motion and mobility is active range of motion. You know, people will say flexibility won't actually help you because it's passive range only. It's mobility that you need because mobility is strength through range. This is actually not true. This is something that annoys me. People disregard flexibility because they think it's passive range of motion only. Flexibility means all range of motion. If someone displays any range of motion, no matter how small or big, it's flexibility. Mobility actually means the same thing. So to answer the question, they're the same. They're just different terms. However, everyone wants to get after mobility and don't really care for flexibility. But in the end, they're the same thing. So to make it easier for everyone, let's just call it flexibility. One nice simple term that means range of motion. If you don't believe me and still believe that flexibility is passive range only, look at the literature. Look at people like Kip Laughlin, Emmett Lewis, Coach Summer, Dan Van Zandt, Thomas Kurz, and Jeffrey Wolf. They will all say the same thing. They are amazing practitioners and teachers. And if you want more information than what I'm telling you, check out any of those people. Okay. Now we know that technically, flexibility and mobility are the same thing. But flexibility is the term that should be used. When talking about flexibility, there are two questions. Number one, we need to consider if the muscle is contracted or if it's relaxed. Number two, is the joint moving or is it still? To answer the first question, is the muscle contracting or is it relaxed? If the muscle is contracting, the stretch is active. If the muscle is relaxed, the stretch is passive. So we have active and passive. This can be seen all throughout the scientific literature. To answer the second question, is the joint moving or is it still? If it's moving, it's dynamic. If it's still, it's static. Therefore, we have four states of flexibility. We have active, passive, static, and dynamic. Active meaning the muscle is contracting. Passive meaning the muscle is relaxed. Static meaning the joint isn't moving. And dynamic meaning the joint is moving. To add another layer to this, these don't occur independently. They can occur at the same time. So flexibility will either be static or dynamic, and active or passive. This gives us the four types of flexibility: dynamic active, dynamic passive, static active, and static passive. So range of motion is not just passive or active. This only tells us if the muscle is contracting or not. And flexibility is not just static passive. That's only one type of flexibility. These definitions can actually be found in Thomas Kurz's book, Stretching Scientifically. Alright, let's have a look at examples of these. First, we'll look at our static stretches. So static active and static passive. First, the couch stretch, one of my favorite stretches. This is a static active stretch. Active meaning the muscle is contracted. This is not passive as I'm using my muscles to get into that position. A static passive stretch would be this, where I'm holding my leg on a box. This is static and my muscles aren't contracting. Static active exercises are the best way for us to improve static passive. Let's move on to our dynamic stretches. So first, a dynamic active stretch. Another one of my favorite exercises is the side split push-up. This is active as the muscles are contracting and dynamic as the joints are moving. An example of a dynamic passive stretch would be someone moving your leg through a range of motion. So static and dynamic are very useful tools in the toolbox, but active is going to be much more useful and beneficial than passive. Remember, flexibility isn't just passive, it's all four of these types. To finish off, let's talk about flexibility in sport. Same as my brain training video, I could talk about flexibility for athletes in a whole other video. For now, I'll say this. The goal is to have adequate range of motion for whatever activity you're doing. All athletes display the flexibility needed for their sport. Yes, gymnasts will need more flexibility than a runner. And no, not everyone will need to do the splits, but everyone can obtain the splits if they want to. If you get injured a lot, try getting more flexible and see what happens. As always, never stop learning, and I'll see you in the next video.